This is a jigsaw puzzle. Those where you put pieces together to get a complete image, the same that appears on the box. But that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a jigsaw puzzle from scratch, all by myself, to reveal a unique place hidden in the nature of this planet. At the end, bringing the pieces together to see if I achieve a good image or not. If this video is uploaded, there is a 60% chance I didn't mess it up. Starting with the most important thing, making a jigsaw puzzle. I make a good research to find a good base for making the puzzle. Cardboard, unstable and hard to give shape. Wood, hard to cut and unfriendly with the planet. And I was losing hope until I found the one. In my country it's called cartón piedra, which is translated to stone cardboard, but it's not a cardboard made of stone. It's a pressed recycled paper given to us this beauty, being thick enough but easier to cut. People, we have a problem. Well, actually, we had a problem. The thing is that I wasn't able to find the cartón piedra, so I changed the base. I found something similar made of cardboard, like a pressed cardboard. It has the same thickness of the cartón piedra, but what makes it unique is that it's more smooth. So maybe we are going to have a better result with this one. So let's start making the puzzle, the lines of the puzzle. I buy 2 of these pressed cardboards, having one for testing how to make the puzzle pieces. And thanks to it, I realized that this cardboard is a little bit more hard to cut. It's not impossible to cut, but it takes more time and more effort to get the piece out of the cardboard. So after knowing the base I'm going to use, I start making the lines in the official base. And this is how it was going to look. But after thinking for some seconds, I realized that making that round shapes will be so hard to make. So I decided to make all the puzzle with the straight lines, changing the half circle to a half square. After making the first piece, I see that it was easier, but that doesn't mean it was challenging. Because look at my face after I finally get the second piece. These 2 pieces take me 2.5 hours, so the next day I start right into it. I see that the pieces came out rough. I found a sandpaper and I start to use it to give to the edges a better look. Making all that process over and over again take me until 10:40 AM, until I arrive to the final second pieces. At this point I just want this to end and start painting. So I make it the faster that I could. Finally! Alright, so now we have all the 9 pieces for doing the puzzle. I started doing this at 5 PM of yesterday, and let me see what time it is. It's 11 AM of the next day. Now, the fun part will begin. Before starting doing all the paint, I have to clean all this mess. The whole cutting process left small pieces of cardboard, and after sanding the pieces, there was sand all over the room. Now that I have each piece, it's time for starting the sketch. But before doing it, all the pieces have to be white for getting good colors. What happens is if I give color with the cardboard as a base, all the colors that I use are going to be a little bit brown. The white make possible the colors have life. Okay, now that the first layer is done, it's time to give to it a second layer. As you can see, the cardboard is still visible. Well, I finished the second layer and I think it needs 3 layers. So yeah, it's a long process, but it will be worth it at the end. At the same time I was giving the last layer to the pieces, I start making the sketch in some that were already dry. Maybe you are wondering, how do I know what to paint without seeing the whole thing? Well, I just cut it all in the pieces, so I'm going blind. I just have to see the shape and draw the image inside it.
It takes a little bit of time, but at the end I finish all the sketches. But
for making the reveal more challenging, I'm going to place all the pieces in a box and mix them. So I'm going to take them randomly for don't having an order of painting.
let's start with the first one.
I don't use too much acrylic painting, so this is also like a practice for me.
But that's no excuse not to do the background first. I forgot.
And actually, with the first piece done, I like the result. If all the pieces are going to look like this, well, I think we are going in a good way. It's crazy to think that one piece seems so meaningless, but when all of them come together, they become a whole image. That's amazing. Let's keep making them.
So as promised, I'm doing this randomly. I don't want to see which piece I'm taking for having the whole experience at the end of bringing the pieces together and see how I did.
As you can see, the place is inside nature. That's why I'm using all this green. Actually, it's a place that was eaten by the forest after the Spain conquest for almost 5 centuries. Until in 1976, a group of archaeologists found it.
Being a difficult task, because if nowadays it takes between 3 and 5 days to arrive, it must take a long time to find it then. Apart from how high it is and deep in nature.
Now for making this faster, because making one piece at a time is so boring and will take a lot of time, I'm going to make 3 pieces at the same time. I'm going to take them random, without looking.
I didn't realize that in the first time I take 2 at the same time, so I just keep choosing the pieces randomly. And there is what for me in that moment was the third one. For making sure I don't have any clue of which are the 3 left, I make impossible to see them. And then I realize I bring 4 instead of 3 pieces. But the good thing is that the 2 first I bring out are upside down, so I can choose 3 randomly and 1 being able to get back to the box.
If I make 1 line in one of them, I have to make 1 line in the other 2. Let's see how that turns out. Hopefully well.
Of course, I'm not going to do 1 line in each piece, but I change when I see like I made some progress in one, so I have to make the same progress in the other ones. Actually, it was more faster than the other way I was doing it. And the best thing is that I don't have any clue of how it will be look, because I choose the 3 that I'm doing randomly. I don't know how they will be together.
We arrived to the final 3 pieces, so let's see which is going to be the last piece that will complete the whole image.
Opening the box and choosing 1 piece. I take randomly the piece of the center, the heart of the jigsaw puzzle, which is the hardest one because it has to match with all the other pieces around it. Now there are 2 pieces. One is going to make the jigsaw puzzle complete, and one is going to make the other be the one that completes it. So let's see how this ends. Now the last piece, which is going to make able to us reveal this hidden place. This one is a special one because it has all the parts of the place, the trees, the background, and the surface. I take seriously the part of reveal, placing all the pieces done upside down. But now it's time to flip them and start making this puzzle. I actually love the result. I just have a little problem with the central piece. But what can I say? I wasn't expecting this look like this.
This place makes this country unique. I'm talking about Colombia. And I decided to start a little journey of what makes unique this country. And with this being the second video, I realized that Colombia is unique because Colombia is a country of treasures and gifts. Almost all of them are given by nature. All this video was about this, for knowing that uniqueness is in all of the things that this planet has. We have to appreciate that because you have to understand you are unique. And the place you are living is unique in the whole universe. And maybe this lost city that is not lost because we already found it is maybe one of the few that are even found yet.